Welcome back to day one of the 2014 World Championship. We are coming up on game 5 of today's group stage. Here's a very quick look at where the teams stand after our first 4 matches. AHQ and Samsung White at the top of the table in Group A, Team Solar Mid and Starhorn Royal Club at the top of the table in Group B. We will be checking back to see how that changes after our next match, which has, of course, Samsung White facing AHQ eSports Club. Earlier today, we saw Samsung White beat Edward Gaming relatively convincingly. Took a little bit longer, but they held the lead for most of it. And I feel in this matchup, they're just going to outclass AHQ from the laning phase. I want to highlight one point really quickly from that game. Mata's kill participation and wards placed. He had 85% kill contribution throughout the game. He placed 84 out of his team's 144 wards placed. That's a 58% ward participation on a team of 5 players. That is a ridiculous amount of vision. Crepo, as a support player, have you ever hit 84 wards in a game?
Probably. I mean, I used to play on CLGEU.
He once had a 7-hour best of 3. I mean,
exactly.
You got some words down on that one.
Talk to me about Mata and what you liked and what you were impressed by earlier in today.
And he did that with majority of blue side stone. He didn't even need a red one. So yeah. But yeah, no, he just saw, not only does he place that many wards, he plays them smart. If you watch Mata play, sometimes he'll just base buy mobility boots, buy 2 extra green wards, skip the side stone, and he'll just run into the enemy jungle, place the wards really deep, and he doesn't even need to see the jungler near his lane because he knows what side of the map the jungler is on. His team will react accordingly, and he's just such a smart player.
Yeah, I mean, in general, also, like, that duo lane is just so darn strong as well. Imp and Mata together are one of the very best bot lane duos in the world, let alone at this tournament. And especially coming to a match like this, I think it's going to be kind of GG for GarnetDevil and GreenTea.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why when we look at Mata, we call him the best support player in the world, because it's not only his contribution to his team vision, both in sheer number of wards and, like Crepo, you're saying, the placement, but he's nearly perfect mechanically as well. And on top of that, he is the definitive shot caller on Samsung White. So this guy is a total package player in a way that very few people on this planet are.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to this match. Let's just cut to the bottom line. Who do you guys think is actually going to take the win here? Is it going to be Samsung White or AHQ? Crumbs, start with you. What's your prediction?
Samsung White. You know, you just can't. You saw how they played against EDG. They kind of toyed around with them. That's how I felt like. And maybe they're not playing at their full potential.
Well, we'll see if it works out. Crepo?
Yeah, it's going to be Samsung White as well. I just wonder what team going to come out for them. I doubt that they're going to play their full
I want to see a Janna or a Nami so we can see more Magi's.
I've had enough Magi's for now.
Monte Cristo?
I want to see Mata's Thresh just because he can be such a playmaker on that champion. But for me, it's going to be Samsung White. I really don't think after seeing the early stages in this group that we can expect AHQ to come out with it.
I'm going to use my powers of psychic ability and say, Freak, you're going Samsung White as well?
Yes, I am. Samsung White is the very obvious favorite. Even though both these teams are 1-0 so far in the group stage, White is clearly the much stronger team. If AHQ has a hope here, lane swap, don't fight Imp and Mata 2v2, and hope somehow westdoor carries your team. I don't think it's likely, but that's the only chance these guys have.
We will find out. Let's check how the fan vote has turned out and who you have predicted to win over on LOLesports.com. 95% of you have voted that Samsung White will take that win.
I just want to point out that the average misclick rate is 5% on a...
They got the ties last game, by the way. It was right next to the blasting one.
All right, guys, we are nearly ready to head into this match, but first let's hear how AHQ came together as a team after the defeat at the hands of the Taipei Assassins in the GPL Summer Playoffs.
要的就是一个瞬间爆发，这边直接闪刷，抓以后勾到了，黑牛应该是要绞掉。哇，西门没有救了，西门这个被定墙以后，虽然开大逃避了一瞬间，但是已经没有救了。由 TPA 直落山击败了 AHQ， 成为2014 GPL 夏季赛的冠军，恭喜 TPA！
非常的不甘心及对自己失望吧，就是觉得自己没有尽到自己最大的努力。
可能就是比赛前的练习都会有口气争执之类的，就对最后一个判断都下得不太果断，对吧？然后就是意见会有分歧。
我想这种沟通上的断层，在高强度的比赛中更容易被对手掌握到机会，所以导致我们在大赛的时候常常会失利。
因为我们可能会因为现在 Meta 的流行或者强势什么而去练习这方面，然后可能这些东西不一定适合我们自己或者我们的团队。
就是在调整关键赛我们不足的地方啊。
从我们拿到世界赛资格前几个小时，团队内部大家才把固执放下来，内部的问题已经获得了改善。
打残以后直接闪现上去收掉，好凶！哇，这边黑牛告诉你，我就是露西安。
能够跟世界各国的强队较劲，也是非常的兴奋。
一定是一个很棒的经历。
绿茶在后面勾到以后，西门竞争结束，直接收掉了 Optimus。
换我打给大家看，我也有想说有一天我能够在世界舞台上。
我们恭喜 AHQ 可以出国了。
希望能在世界舞台上讲出 "Read my name" 这句话。
And we heard that this is our showtime right now. And, well, they've won their first game. Yeah. We have to say, though, it was against Dark Passage, probably the weakest team on paper in the group. Now they're up against Samsung White. It's a whole different beast.
It's the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Well, guys, before we get into the game, we, of course, need to check out the starting lineups. On the blue side for this one, it's Samsung White from the champions, with Looper in the top lane, Dandy in the jungle, Pawn in mid lane, Imp the AD carry, and Mata the support.
And on the red side, it's GPL's AHQ eSports Club. Up top is Prydz. In the jungle, Naz. Mid, westdoor, AD carry GarnetDevil, and support GreenTea.
So, as we move towards Champion Select, where are the big picks here? Where is this game won and lost between these two teams?
I got to point out Thresh, of course, because GreenTea and Mata, anytime those guys are in the game, they're probably going to be fighting over Thresh.
And I actually wonder if Samsung White is just going to look towards Westdoor and just say, you know, you're not going to play Zed, you're not going to play Fist, you're not going to play TF or Yasuo or whatever he wants to play in the mid lane here, and just fully ban him out. And on the other side, you almost have to ban Zilean, because if your star player is an assassin player, you don't want the enemy team to play Zilean and be annoying as possible.
And the other thing is, if westdoor is targeted with bans, you know, White are no stranger to facing teams that have a mid laner as their hard carry.
Oh, yes.
And then, you know, banning him out and getting Pawn a counter pick. If you get Pawn a counter pick, then he does mean things.
And we should also say that these teams, specifically the individual players, play against each other regularly in solo queue. Of course, the Taiwanese players often found over in Korea, I believe 70 to 90 ping they have if they play over there. So we'll see how this one goes. Up until now, we see that Fizz is the first ban out there towards westdoor. Lucian, though, so not completely focused on westdoor.
No, it's 2 bans for westdoor. It's enough, fair enough. You get Zed, you get Fizz away here, and Lucian, of course, the GarnetDevil, played in the last game against Dark Passage, was very strong, so banned away here. Early Simpic for Dandy.
Yeah, played that 5 times so far this second half of the year with a 3-2 record. Not his most played champion or most successful champion, but obviously wanting to bring that one out. What do AHQ now take away? You rightly said, Maokai has snuck through these bans completely. Is Prydz going to go for that?
Maokai's through, Nidalee's through. There are a lot of options right here. They're definitely having a while to think over these. They probably didn't expect this first pick Lee Sin, even though it's Dandy, you know, one of the huge playmakers with that champion.
So it could also be because AHQ right now is trying to think, okay, which kind of comp do we want to run?
Whoa!
If I was AHQ, I would run full snowball comp and just try and get a lead early on and win the game as fast as possible. And Twisted Fate is one of the best champions to do that on. Just snowball the game out of control.
And Twisted Fate is westdoor's champion. Yep. He is famed for his Twisted Fate play. Not had it this much or that much, to be honest, this year, to be honest, but that's been banned away 5 times from him as well. So really making sure, at least the other teams, that he doesn't get that, but he's going to get the chance to play here against Samsung White.
Problem is, Twisted Fate is very squishy and fragile champion for the laning phase. That's why a lot of people don't early pick him. 2 of the assassins that are great against Twisted Fate are banned out, but there are more available. As we saw, Mouse over Talon already. They decided to pass it up, though, because they can save their mid lane pick for later on and sweep up that Maokai early.
But still, this is just AHQ saying we want to, first of all, get comfort picks, especially for westdoor in the mid lane here. So if the 2 bans, give him TF, don't even care about potential counter pick. I mean, he can run exhaust. It's still going to be a terrible matchup for him in the mid lane.
Saw Prydz with Nidalee in the last game work brilliantly. For GarnetDevil, Jinx is his champion. He's played it 12 times this year.
Pure comfort
and has a 12-0 record on it as well. Perfect year for GarnetDevil on that one. Again, we have to say, though, different beast he's up against in the form of Imp, who's locked in Twitch.
Right, and so Nidalee into Maokai, same deal as we saw before here. If they get the one-on-one matchup, we might see Prydz do well in the one-on-one. I mean, I love the AHQ comp here. Give them a few kills early on. I'm not gonna say they run with the game, but it's gonna be the idea behind this one. I mean, they want to snowball, they want to 4-split push as well with the Nidalee in top lane, just have the rest of members running around picking kills in mid lane.
Yeah, right. It's usually Naz and westdoor, the killers, trying to get some of those early kills to get the gold and get the momentum going for the team. Two good champions for them to actually do that. Really, the execution, though, is going to be a problem, because if you don't do that, look at this massive team fight team from Samsung White. This will destroy you in any sort of team fight.
And GreenTea, we talked about his thresh in that last game. He's got to land the grabs here on Blitzcrank. And, well, this is a chance really for AHQ to say, look at us, guys. Look who we are. Look how good we are up against Samsung White. We've already said it's going to be a very, very difficult game. And, of course, we want to know your guys' thoughts. So pop over to Twitter and let us know who you think will win this match. Tweet the hashtag SSW win or AHQ win to @LOL eSports, and we'll be checking in with those votes shortly. I'm guessing Samsung White are going to remain big favorites here, but this is a very fun comp to watch, I think, as well from AHQ. They're going to win them some fans if they do it right.
Yeah, you have to say, you like the direction that they're going with this, because they want to keep Samsung White spread out. They don't want to fight them in team fights. So, you know, Twisted Fate, they've got a split pushing Nidalee. They even have Blitzcrank they can roam around on and force some hooks. I mean, even if the thresh is taken away, GreenTea goes for another hooker champion.
Well, Kobe is excited. We're all excited for this one. It's Samsung White versus AHQ. A second game for both of these teams. And, well, right now, they're the leading two teams in the group.
And look here, AHQ early on. All 5 members moving together. Blitzcrank, one of the best level 1 champions. We might see them just go into the jungle of Samsung White, try and find a lone Samsung White player, and potentially pick up the first spot.
All right, defensive ward down there, placed by Imp just in time to see the invade. So alas, AHQ will not get the early jump. And surprise in this one, they know pretty much all the movements of AHQ. Yeah, they saw every single person go through that bush. So this is all up to Samsung White. Decide to counter here.
And Simos just all the wards placed by Samsung White down the bottom side of the map here, even out the river to see if AHQ moves out of the river. Oh, we're gonna have a fight!
Oh, GreenTea's got a face check straight into it. Where's the focus? Mana going low. Naz will actually flash away the exhaust went to GarnetDevil. GreenTea surely gonna fall here. Gets one. Imp gets one. This is gonna be a clean-up. westdoor's flashed away. Finally they get one back. Dandy onto westdoor with the kill though. Now GarnetDevil is in the middle of no man's land. Prydz is going to go for the fight, and this, my friends, is going to be 5-1. An ace, albeit delayed because they've got 5 seconds for Samsung White at the start. It doesn't go any more wrong in these early stages.
They got 1 kill.
Let's watch it again.
Yeah, okay. Blitzcrank is great, level 1. If you manage to get
there's not really a lot of card is the optimal card for that situation, trying to hit AoE on everybody, but man, coming back from a 5-1 start in a level 1 fight, talk about an uphill battle. They already were going to have a hard time this game.
By the way,
Sounds like my standard solo queue game, except for it's the enemy AD carry every single time. But not even did AHQ lose a lot of members at level 1. They also managed to get in a 1v2 situation where the whole idea behind the Nidalee pick was to be one-on-one against Marco up there to win the lane and start split pushing.
A return trip here, maybe?
I mean, that's a ward on Dandy. Don't worry, the rest of AHQ moving down.
Oh. Dandy can get out, though. He does have a pink ward he could hop over the wall to.
Looking for the counter here. Dandy going to lose a bit of health, but
or a trinket
there
ward.
is the ward that you were talking about, and he just walks away.
Let's see here. So top lane, GarnetDevil has been able to just sit and farm, but obviously the rest of his team has been dying, or at least Prydz has been dying down his bottom lane. Mid lane here, westdoor, just trying to do what he can. I mean, he started 12th armor against the Yasuo, so smart choice, but every single lane is just so far behind after level 1.
The biggest thing, though, is not to give up after a level 1 like that.
Oh, never.
Everybody who's, all these North American and European teams who've come over, always talk about the scrims, how, North American and EU teams will immediately forfeit scrims after something like that. But all of the Korean teams play them out, and they learn how, to come back from things like this. Yes, it's not a high chance of coming back, but you have to keep your head in the game, because it's not over yet.
Oh, Dandy there, almost, I say almost being hooked. He just sidestepped away, and GreenTea had to make the choice of where he was going. Sadly for him, chose the wrong direction. But AHQ trying to help out westdoor a little bit in that mid lane. You know that he's probably their big playmaker here, especially on the likes of a Twisted Fate. And to be fair to him, despite being behind there in levels, in experience, in kills, in everything in that mid lane, he's managed to get a decent amount of CS on the board, pretty much thanks to those wild cards and farming from a distance. And
we did see at least GreenTea trying to roam around on Blitzcrank, which of course is one of the big things you can do on Blitzcrank in a lane swap. Going towards the mid lane here, sadly Dandy managed to spot him. And nothing really
up top though, 2 versus 1.
Oh, Jinx, not a good position to be in, and there is the kill coming down. It's actually Dandy that will pick that one up. Goes onto the killing spree to put Samsung White 7-1 up. The first turret is also dropped in that bottom lane. They weren't able to keep the 2 men away, and Imp and Mata between them in the incredible advantage there. We already see the Cutlass picked up for Mata 5 minutes in.
Yeah, once the turrets start going down, that might be it. I mean, once this Samsung team starts to get control of the map, like we said, they have the team fighting team, so they're going to be able to get all of the early dragons. They can force it very, very easily. And with the turrets going down, there won't be any room for AHQ to work with to try and spread this team out. They really have no safety to fall back on whatsoever. It's going to have to be some miracle plays. So yes, that roaming Blitzcrank running around, maybe some 3 versus 1, they can get something happening. But really, let's see how efficiently Samsung White can clean this one out, because that was something that we looked at in the first game. Yes, they got a very big lead, and they pretty much handily had that game, but you do still look for the crisp execution to actually finish the games out.
Right, and it's not like Samsung White has the best siege comp here. I mean, Twitch is not the best AD carry. It's actually a pretty bad AD carry at sieging up towers here, because it opens up for AHQ to engage onto him, and he's very mobile. And obviously Yasuo being a melee champion here, so it's not like Samsung White, if they do group, can just instantly take down your tower, but because they are so far ahead, because they do have a Maokai as well in the lead, then they might just be able to dive onto AHQ, or if they should get in a situation where they're pushing up to the tower.
Well, so far looking to control the top side of the map here. They've got him cornered, but there are reinforcements in the area.
He's gone.
The other thing that could happen for AHQ, if the Samsung White do go for those dives, you can turn around dives, and that's how you can, try and get back into this game.
Especially with a Twisted Fate here, if Samsung White goes over aggressive, dives up in the top lane or down the bottom lane, westdoor might be able to join in and pick up a kill here.
Neutral objectives, you don't want to fight over those.
Oh, there's a flash in, they're going to go straight for GreenTea. He flashes out over the back. Oh, the hook actually missing, but Nats may still be in trouble. There's the hook from GreenTea off to the side, but Dandy, he's on top of Nats. He will pick up his 4th kill. GreenTea, the next target who gets played. Lupa will get himself a 1st kill. He's got 8 assists out of the 9 kills so far. Prydz actually coming in. There is westdoor, the wild cards. Will they be enough to get the kill? They do get 1, but they lose another man.
By the way, that's 4 versus 5 on this top side of the map too. Oh, it's not over.
Oh, Prydz is surely going down. Dandy survived it as well. That's a double kill for Pawn. And it leaves him at 3-0-4, 4-0-7 for Dandy, 3 kills on the AD carry, a 1-0-10 Maokai.
Yeah, so the window of hope is turning around tower dives, but you cannot fight over neutral objectives here. Not only because of the team comp, but because of that massive lead. And Samsung White, even in the 4 versus 5, they get the upper hand in kills. They've got full ward coverage of the red side jungle, so that's now their territory. Plus, Twitch down bottom had a bunch of free farm. He almost got to his blade. Not quite there yet, though.
The AHQ just have to sit in their lane, like at the towers, and just try and pick up some farm. If you ever move into your own jungle, into the enemy jungle, into the river, there's a very, very high chance you will die. So it's just all about sitting back now in your lanes and try and farm and hope Samsung White gives you some time. But look at the way they've already been placing all of their offensive wards in the jungle. I don't think Samsung White is going to slow down.
No, I definitely agree with that one. And here's Prydz going to be pushed by Dandy. The Q's connected. Can he finish him off? There's the slow coming in. Half HP, but he's got a tower behind him. Might be able to survive. Oh, he kicked him away from the Q. Could have been brilliant. Wasn't, though, in the end.
1-0 for Prydz.
All right, Dandy with a rare mistake there.
Or was it? Or was it? Was he sending a message, Kobe? You are a jungler. Do you do this sometimes?
I do. I actually am notorious for letting kills slip away. There's a YouTube
We've all seen that video. We've all seen it, Kobe.
Miscalculations happen all the time.
Is that why you're only playing Nuno now?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Dandy missing the Q once again there. Mata, though, is going to be coming up. It's a max range hook on towards Nav. Imp is there as well. The slow comes in. Dandy appears from over the wall, and it's Imp that gets the kill. Dandy safeguarding away there. Chompers are down, though. And westdoor had come in to join them. But honestly, a 3 versus 3, you don't want that fight against Samsung White, who have 12 kills to their name. Prydz now is underneath his own tower. He knows that he's got to run. The Q is basically walked into there by Prydz, and Dandy gets his revenge for that miss earlier on.
Imp didn't get any assist on there, too. He was sad. Oh, what a hero minion.
Oh, he's got... No, he's not.
He's baiting Joe Miller.
He's baiting me from this one, and, well, why not? 9 assists for him. 10 for Maokai, and well, only those 2 kills, which have granted both been taken onto Mata at this point.
Mata has now missed more hooks than he actually hit.
Oh, Twisted Fate, where's he coming?
Bottom, I think.
Bottom, yeah. And actually, Pawn here is going to be backed up now by Looper, who's just TP'd into it. Mana looking for the hook, and it lands onto GarnetDevil. Leads it. Oh! He gets underneath the top. He goes down. The shutdown comes in for GarnetDevil, but Imp will clear up and gets himself the double buff back. Westdoor's dead.
So, again, stay around your tower. You might be able to hook someone in and get a kill here. Every single time you move into what I'm now going to call Samsung White's jungle, you simply end up being in a bad situation. You end up dying. Stay in your lane, stay at your tower, and hope GreenTea can pull in some people you can kill.
Let's see. 3 members of HQ on this red side of the map here. Imp just recalling, though. Does pull off the Twitch invisibility plus B, so he will not be interrupted. Here's that hook, and here's the miscue.
Oh, so Hero Dandy jumps in, takes the hook, ends up dying, and Imp, of course, can finish it, but still 1 for 1. I mean, it's every single kill counts now.
That could have been Mata under that turret.
Exactly. He would probably have survived, but doesn't matter.
Oh, GarnetDevil here. Was pinged there. Oh, yeah, so we're going through the wall. Meanwhile, Imp having to go westdoor in that middle lane. Oh, he's flashed it, but has he got the range? The points the flank can't land. GreenTea looking to be the hero. The dodge on the horse. Man's getting stunned up. Yes! He survived. 2 kills for AHQ.
And GreenTea gave the kill over to westdoor as well.
What a hero!
So that's another one.
And again, they're staying in the lane and they get the kills.
Oh, Dandy missed the kill, but it doesn't matter. They get the knock-up and Pawn comes in to become unstoppable. They got minions as well, and that means another turret going over to Samsung White. Meanwhile, Prydz being hammered on here by Looper, who's already got that Rod of Ages going. Doesn't quite have the damage maybe to finish off and track down that Nidalee though. AHQ have got control of their own jungle back now on the top side of the map.
Fine, they have the jungle back for now.
GreenTea, can he be the hero? Will get the knock-up onto Paul westdoor. Needs to throw the stun card. He actually has to walk around because of the wall there. Q lands onto westdoor. Dandy, he's going to follow through. AHQ, card is pulled there. The
that's a kill.
The Super Mega
Prydz
Death Weapon comes through.
That's a hubris kill.
Where are they going to go? They're already gone. Samsung White already out of there. Thanks to the Lantern from Mata. Brings them to safety, but another kill coming in.
Yeah, they do need to get back to this top lane, however, because Lupa is still pushing it in. Not that Maokai is the greatest split pusher in the world, and he will actually just back away from the tower. So AHQ just trying to get some kills now. I mean, trying to come back in the game. GarnetDevil here onto Mata.
Oh, this could be a little bit deep from Mata. A lot of damage coming his way. westdoor going to join in.
There's two.
Onto Pawn. That's 2 kills.
There's 2. Every kill counts here, and it looks like Dandy's come down with Lee Syndrome, so AHQ still, have a long ways to go. But they've got their sights set on mid.
Imp stealth up. Where's he going to go? They are going to go for GarnetDevil and surely get the kill. Dandy is in the fight as well.
Come on, GreenTea.
Flash away. GreenTea is low. What can he do? He's going to fall to Dandy, who picks up his 7th kill of the game, and he's not done just yet. The chasing westdoor is trying to dodge around from everything. Got to pull the stun card.
Might get a kill here.
Pull it here. Looper is low. They managed to pick off Prydz. They managed to pick off westdoor. They did lose Looper though.
So in the end, still a few kills for AHQ, but Samsung White is not done yet. What can Mata do?
Nothing.
Not a lot.
They still got him cornered though. He's on the wrong side of the map here.
Here comes the stealthed up Brat, just chasing him off through the jungle. Play to the Ruin King is used, and Nas knows he's not really escaping from this one. Pawn's going to come around the side. One slap of the sword and he's dead.
This is actually the first dragon that White have actually gone to. So they've really been ignoring, even though they had control of the whole map this whole time.
They've been kind of looking for kills, I feel.
You feel that way, do you?
Well, let's see what they want to do now here. So they've been fighting quite a lot. Gave up a few kills. I mean, for AHQ, they do have 4 kills on westdoor, 2 kills on GarnetDevil here. Who's, by the way, he's undefeated on Jinx. I do have a feeling that's probably not going to stay the same after this game here, but AHQ been trying to get some kills.
Yeah.
Every single time Samsung White overextended just a little bit, I mean, they were there to kill them.
And GreenTea and westdoor have been looking stylish in this game as well. Pulling in several kills under the turrets. Let's see what they can do with the next TF Ultimate, about to come back up. Prepare for another dive, maybe.
And that's the problem with this game, right? The start just went so horribly wrong for them.
Yeah.
We mentioned that it's not necessarily over at that point, but if you give an ace to Samsung White of all teams in the world at that stage of the game, they're not a team that's likely to mess it up. But, AHQ, you have to give them the credit. Sticking to this one. Keep trying to pull things off as westdoor going to get caught out once again. He was already landed. He goes in there. He kicks GreenTea out. GreenTea will fall as well. That's a double for the Rat. Not going to get any more, but 2 is all right for them. That's Imp's 8th kill of the game.
So 2 kills here. Rest of Samsung White around this mid lane as well. Sneaking around. They might just take the tower. They might even go for a dive.
Oh, spotted there. They're going to go for the tower here. And I'm not sure that it will survive either. Looper able to tank things up at this point. Pawn actually coming in from the side didn't have an opportunity. But that will be turret number 5 for Samsung White. And only the top inner turret remains. Prydz going to spot Pawn there after putting down that trap. Pawn gets more free farm down the bottom lane. 17 minutes into this one. Goes without saying, I think. 15,000 gold lead for Samsung White.
Well, let's see. AHQ, they've got 1 outer turret left standing.
I like how you're already laughing.
And, well, I didn't want there to be another silence. We can't leave Joe hanging again. We got to work out this triple man cast here.
Oh, Prydz is dead.
Is he now?
Yeah, Pawn gets 7. We're going to be seeing double figures for someone soon. Dandy's already up to 9, plus 13 assists as well. Not bad whatsoever. As Imp stealthing in, there's no one actually there for him to kill off, but get a nice juicy wave of minions. Got that Blade of the Ruin King, got his Ghost Blade, got a pickaxe there as well at this point. Not exactly like GarnetDevil can go head to head with him.
No, and honestly, it's just this is a matter of time now before we're gonna see AHQ stand 5 members somewhere on the map trying to set up a trap, hopefully pick up a few kills. I might just go for a very desperate Baron unless it dies right here to Samsung White. Oh, decides to actually back away from it. But for AHQ now, it's all about just like sit in the bush. They're actually doing it right now, thank you very much. Try and get a kill and then go Baron and not lose the fight.
Oh, there's the hook from GreenTea, but only brings Looper, who's got his ultimate running right into the middle of the rest of them. Stun card onto him. Looper is chasing westdoor underneath his own turret. He's going to get stunned up once again. Can he actually twist and advance at the right time? Actually, westdoor waits it out, but he gets hooked, throws the stun to Mana, and it's Imp that gets that one as well. Meanwhile, Pawn is inside of the base, throwing down his ulti onto Prydz. Will he get the kill? Yes, he will.
Just another kill.
Flash zap, he did tag him.
Super Mega Death Rocket. Yeah, he fired it, but actually didn't land there.
I think it might have win-walled it.
GreenTea's looking to be the hero once again, chasing down. They're losing their in-hip turret in the top lane. But let's not look at that. Let's look down towards that fight and see if GreenTea can be a hero. He can't. He couldn't chase them down. And in the meantime, Samsung White have pushed through and are going to get the in-hip.
Yeah, again, I mean,
they don't really have a lot of options for defending, so looking for those kills.
Just get some kills, and you just have to rush Baron, try and pick it up, and see for how long you can actually last here. Go out to Looper, might be able to get a kill. Mata's low as well.
Yeah, Mata's low. I think they can pull this one off now.
All right.
It's going to happen.
One more kill
here in a second to get up to Mata, who flashes away. But the slow of the void spikes will be enough. GreenTea's waiting for the last hit.
Oh!
They win
swag point.
Meanwhile, they lost their other in-hip turret.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, Dandy now. Being surrounded by 3 men. Oh, he kicked Prydz in.
Oh, he almost got away!
Flash over the top as well to get the kill. He's keeping going. That was his 10th kill. Oh, big shot from GreenTea. And it is the shutdown for GarnetDevil. We held on to that mid lane.
We're seeing so many cool things, though. And you know why they pick all these champions? It's for the plays like this, the flashy plays from Blitzcrank. They have the faith in GreenTea's accuracy with these skill shots.
He was great against Dark Passage on Thresh, setting up a lot of kills. Same thing here on Blitzcrank. I mean, it's hard to say what would happen if we didn't have the level 1 fight. Obviously, Samsung White would have been a bit more careful in the way they were playing and not just running around looking for all these fights here, but still, GreenTea has really been able to set up a lot of kills for his team. Sadly enough, though, they couldn't actually go for a Baron.
You can tell they're having fun, too. That's what AHQ right now.
Look at the player camps, they're laughing every time.
Yeah, exactly. They're all smiling.
Yeah, I think the realization kind of sets in at level 1 when you get ace that this game's going to be a bit of an uphill struggle, I think, if we put it mildly. So now, Samsung White going about their business and controlling that entire enemy jungle. Mata, in the meantime, will help things out. Blue buff's going to go over towards Looper, and this is the point now where Samsung White are going to start closing in.
He's pushing up this bottom lane. Finally actually running a bit like a team here and not just constantly looking for these one-on-one 2v2 fights. So push up the lane. Danny's going to join in as well. They don't really care about Dragon. They don't exactly need more gold at this point. Get inhibitor down. You have the top lane down as well. And then you can just focus on mid lane and close out the game.
So, 3 moving in. 4th will be in. And this inhibitor should be falling as well. See if we can do anything about this one. Doesn't look like it. Imp actually going to go charging forward. Who's he going to go for? He goes for now. A lot of damage. There is Pawn diving in. GreenTea will fall. That's Dandy's 11th kill. Imp is on to Prydz. That will be the domination for him. Yasuo gets another one. Pawn actually flashing away there to make sure that he doesn't actually fall. In-Imp's going to go down. Samsung White are going to look to close.
That is definitely going to be the game here. Nexus turns going down.
Oh. Want more kills. There's a hook again from Mata in the back. Box is in position. westdoor crawling his way towards the fountain, but can't actually get there. And Samsung White, leaving just 2 men left alive, will focus in on the Nexus. And after less than 23 minutes here, we'll pick up the victory against AHQ.
And there's not exactly a lot to say here. Level 1 went horribly wrong from AHQ. They had this kind of snowball comp, had the Blitzcrank, they grouped up early, walked into the jungle, and the one ward placed by Imp actually spotted the entire team and made Samsung White just sit and wait. And once they face checked them, suddenly the Blitzcrank won't bring anything in at level 1. And the fight went completely in favor of Samsung White, got the kills, managed to snowball the game.
And to be honest, we can maybe put it all down to that one ward right at the very start inside of the tri-bush that spotted the entire AHQ team coming around. See the handshakes there, and we saw from the player camps from AHQ, they knew if you get aced by Samsung White before a minute hits the clock, chances of coming back are pretty slim. They had a lot of fun with that game.
Seems like at least. And we did see some good moves. I mean, GreenTea as well. Like westdoor picked up a few kills. Prydz as well got a few kills on Italy. So they tried. They did what they basically could do in this situation. Just get a few kills. If Samsung White would constantly overextend, maybe you could come back. And this is a very big maybe. But in the end,
and they knew it too. This is a very difficult group.
Of course.
For both AHQ and Dark Passage. So
we have to be honest, it's not about beating Samsung White in this group here if you are AHQ, it's about Edward Gaming. Like, they are the team they want to beat if they want to secure the second place and move on to the quarterfinals here. So losing to White was probably expected from AHQ.
They accomplished their first step, which was beating Dark Passage. So
exactly.
And don't forget, everyone needs to play each other twice, so they're going to have revenge later on, possibly, at least a chance for it, where I'm sure AHQ are going to set up inside a brush and hope that Samsung White come around and they can ace them after a minute as well. But obviously, we are going to be moving into our final game of the night here pretty soonish, and it's going to be a big one as well. Royal Club versus TSM. I'm sure a lot of you guys, I was going to say stay awake for that one, but I think maybe the case will be waking up for that next game that's going to be coming in there. That is definitely a big deciding match in their group. For now, though, of course, we are going to send it over to the analyst test for a deeper look at that game.
Thank you very much, Joe. This is one of the games that was decided before the 2-minute mark. First and foremost, Samsung White got every single champion that I think they are comfortable on, that they're borderline famous for. Yeah. And Joe mentioned it, the ward in the tri-bush reading AHQ like a book, setting themselves up to deal with and invade really well.
Right, and that's part of the point here is that when we normally see a standard warding pattern at level 1, it's the drops and the chokes at 55 seconds. But this time, the read was there. They got the much earlier ward up. They knew the Blitzcrank invade was coming, and that allowed them to get that beautiful counterplay and set up the ace at level 1.
Yeah, I actually think we have to look at it. Let's pull that replay up on your screen, Crepo. Talk us through this a little bit, because really, it absolutely defined this game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to provide all the analysis needed by just rolling a clip and yeah, just okay. This is what happens. So yeah, kids don't face check rushes level 1, especially if you're in the jungle alone, you have no idea where they are, because then this is going to happen.
I mean, this is just painful. You know, AHQ, they don't even really seem to have the focus. It looked like they got scared. You don't see all of Samsung White and they like ran away.
If you run into a brush and suddenly there's 5 people there, it's incredibly hard to do anything. westdoor actually, if we have to analyze something, westdoor drew a red card, which is really smart to stack the AoE there. Yeah. But in the end, it's a 5-for-1 and it didn't even matter.
Oh no.
Actually it did, because that was the player they killed.
Yeah, that's the joke. That's exactly the joke I'm making right now. Thank you for explaining it to the viewers.
I mean, complete and utter whitewash. 5-for-1. You've given 2 kills to jungler, 1 to mid lane, 2 to early carry. From there, Samsung White, let's be honest, they let their hair down. They had some fun with it.
Well, and this is the thing, right, is Samsung White knows they're the giant favorites coming in. They picked basically comfort champions. And actually, I believe Joe brought it up at the very beginning, or at the very end, or was it Deficio? But they said this is not the match these guys were looking for, right? They went for champions you're probably not going to see them play again in matches that, you know, these guys from HQ care about. I don't think we're going to see another Blitzcrank support. The other champions they grabbed were like these standard things like Prydz played in Italy last game, and westdoor is already known for TF, and you know, GarnetDevil's already known for Jang. So nothing surprising came out that game. We went for the risky invade because, well, we have a 1% chance of winning anyway. Let's just throw dice at every possible situation.
5% according to LOL eSports.com.
Okay, 5% chance they win the game.
I also just want to mirror what the guys are saying on the desk. Fact of the matter is, this team, AHQ, will be looking to Edward Gaming as, you know, trying to cause those upsets.
Yeah, last piece of trivia, the goal lead actually extended the amount of minutes in the game. So once the goal difference actually gets bigger than the amount of minutes you have in a game, in terms of thousands, then you have a problem.
Yeah, I think there was a problem much before then. Anyway, guys, we do need to take a very short break, but we are not done yet. When we come back, Starhorn, Royal Club, and Team Solar Mid will face off in our final match of the day. So stay with us, guys.
To westdoor with the kill though. Now GarnetDevil is in the middle of no man's land. Prydz is going to go for the fight. And this, my friends, is going to be 5-1 in that middle lane. Oh, he's flashed it, but has he got the range? The poison the fight comes left. GreenTea looking to be the hero. The dodge on the horse. Getting sunned up. He's survived.
GarnetDevil here onto Mata.
Oh, this could be a little bit deep from Mata. A lot of damage coming his way. westdoor's going to join in.
There's two.
Onto Pawn. That's 2 kills. Being surrounded by 3 men. Oh, he Prydz it.
Oh, he almost got away.
Flash over the top as well to get the kill. He's keeping going. That was his 10th kill. Oh, big punch from GreenTea. And it is the shutdown